Hey everyone, welcome back to Washi Wednesday. Hey, I just wanted to really quick grab your attention. I'm part of a few pen pal groups, and one of the main things that I hear or read is, people will say, I really want a pen pal, but I don't have any stationery. Like, I don't have any supplies, so I have to wait until I get stuff to write a letter. I am here to assure you, you do not need anything but a pen, an envelope, and a piece of paper. And it can be any pen, any envelope, and any piece of paper. I'm going to show you how to customize it using one pen, one envelope, and a sheet of paper, okay? You could also have some scissors on hand. If not, you do not need scissors. This is just a regular Mead notebook that you use for school or taking notes. I am just going to rip out one of these pages. Okay, so here's our piece of paper. This envelope is just a plain white envelope. Nothing too fancy on there, right? What I'm going to do to make it feel a little fancy right off the bat is I am going to figure out how big this sheet of paper needs to be to fit inside this envelope, okay? So it's gonna need to be about that big. Now remember what I said about scissors might be good to have? You don't even need scissors. You can fold this, fold it back the other way, and then we're just gonna tear it. Now, if it turns out that it tears weird, that's fine. No worries. Save this. We're gonna do something fun with this because I know you guys always hear about mail tags and things to send to your pen pal. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, okay? So I'm gonna set this aside just for a second. And I'm actually gonna put my notebook back under here because this is an actual wooden desk. My husband built it for me. So it's got some ridges in it and it's a little hard to write on. I am also going to trim off the bottom a little bit with my scissors. Now, if you don't have scissors, you can still cut just like we did on the edge, okay? I am just gonna take it right here on this line. I'm just gonna cut that off. I'm doing this for two reasons. One, makes it look a little more like stationery, a little more custom, but also when I'm drawing and writing, my hand's not resting on the edge of the paper and bending it, okay? One pen. This is a pen that I got at the dollar spot at Target. It came in a 3-pack. They're U brand, I believe. Yeah, U brands. It is a black felt tip pen. Again, any pen will do. You can use Sharpie marker. You can use anything you want, okay? So you are going to normally put their name at the top, but I don't know who I'm writing to, right? I am just showing an example. So I am gonna write, hi. That sounds friendly, right? You're gonna note and it says hi. And you're thinking, okay, well, April, that looks a little boring. I agree. So we are gonna faux calligraphy this, okay? Again, this does not have to be perfect, okay? Does not have to be perfect. The most important thing in your letter that you send your pen pal is the written words that tell your story. It doesn't matter if you spend hundreds of dollars on fancy pens. It doesn't matter if you spend $1 on a pen. It's the words that fill the page that make a huge difference. That is what your pen pal is looking for. Sure, there are people out there who are just looking for the goodies that you throw in. And those people are probably not going to be your pen pal for very long, right? They're not looking for a long-term pen pal friendship. This is for someone who's looking for a long-term pen pal relationship, although you're going to be surprised, I think, by the end of this letter. Let's put the date. So it is February, right? So February is the month of love. And that could be Galentine's, Valentine's. It could be anything at all. February 2021, right? We've got that. Let's put a little shadow on our heart here. And dress it up a little bit. There we go. Add a couple of little dots. See how this is coming together? I'm really liking this. It's looking great. And one pen, one piece of paper. So we're going to write the letter. Hi. I'm going to write it in cursive. I hope this little letter finds you happy, healthy, and smiling. Right? Too much fun. Now, I'm just going to throw in here, I'm going to draw a little envelope. Easy. We're going to do a triangle, right? And then we're going to just meet these corners there. Too cute, right? Put a little heart here. And we've got ourselves a little envelope. Adds a little something something to the letter. A little artsy. I'm going to say artsy fartsy because that's what my grandpa always says. A little artsy fartsy to our letter. Little artsy fartsy is good. Couple more dots to tie it in there. Okay, so we're going to continue. Let's see, what else should we put in our letter? Should we do some fun facts? Hey Starkey, that was my cat. Let's do fun facts. Fun facts. Ready? Number 1, I am part witch. Which is so ironic since my black cat just jumped up on my desk. Hey Starkey. My ancestors were Rebecca Nurse Town and her sister, and they were 2 witches that were tried during the Salem witch trials over in Massachusetts. Hi, buddy. That is true. Fun fact number 2. Oh, don't put your tail in my coffee. As much as I love your tail, I don't want it in my coffee. Thank you. I lived in Hawaii. I'm just going to add a little bit extra word over there to say I loved it. I did love it. Number 3. Hi. I have 2 cats. Can you hear him rumbling around on my desk? This is one of my cats. The other one, believe it or not, is bigger than him. This is Stark. Tony Stark and Pepper Potts are our cats. So number 4, I am a Marvel fan. Dun, 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 dun. I love Marvel. So, oh, remember that sheet of paper I saved and now Stark's laying on? I am going to show you what I wanted to do with that really quick. So, I am going to cut this right about here. And there's no rhyme or reason. You cut it wherever you want to cut it. I'm going to do this as the questions for my pen pal. So I'm going to set this aside just for a sec. We'll just lay it right on start because he doesn't seem to care. I'm going to draw a Q and hi babe. You're awful curious this morning. Is it because mom's in here? Oh, there goes our pen pal letter off your back. And mom's coffee. Q and A, right? So we're going to say, please return once filled out. More hearts. And maybe hearts aren't your thing. That's totally fine. You do you. So if smiley faces are your thing or like winky faces are your thing, you do you. If you have stickers laying around and you want to use those, you can totally use those. I just wanted to show pen, paper, envelope, and kitty. That's all. Kitty's really living his best life right now. How's Stark? Huh, babies. He just likes to be in here when I'm in here. He's a goofball. Okay, so question number 1 for our pen pal. What is your favorite smell? And you're like, what? I get back some really cool responses to that. Leave them a little room to fill it out, and they can either just write one line or they can include it in their letter. Totally up to your pen pal. Number 2. Where is your favorite place to go? And then number 3, what animal would you like to have as a pet? Perfect. You're like, well, that's kind of boring. Like, there's not a lot of decoration on there. All right, I hear you. So let's do this. Let's just get in some simple dots and lines. So for all of my pen pals are like, April, I can't draw. Like, I am not an artist. I get it. I'm not either. I don't even do brush lettering because it's just too time consuming to learn how to do it. Isn't that just like the laziest thing? But it is. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. That's going to take a long time. Instead, I'll just fake it. I'll just draw little shadows. Guess what? We just dressed it up. Look, see, isn't that adorable? It's totally fun. And we've got a little insert to go into our letter. So continue writing your letter, okay, till it's all done. And then what I like to do is I'm going to take this little sheet of paper again, and I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller. And I am going to add on here in the theme, I will still do, let's do the dots and the line. See how easy that is? Just 3 dots and a line. It doesn't have to be exact. You don't need a ruler. It actually looks better the less exact that it is. It looks more hand-drawn. In my opinion, I think it looks better the more freehand you do it. Perfect. So I am just going to write my name. And then I'm going to do my P.O. box, right? And then I'm going to add my town. And you will do this with yours too. Put in your address. Like, I didn't put my address in because I'm filming, so I'm not going to put my address in. But that is your return address card. And you include that with your letter just in case something happens with your envelope, or you know, it goes through a lot of times because where I live in the Pacific Northwest, my envelopes go through weather. And so by the time I get them or my people get them, my pen pals get them, things are like smeared on the envelope and they can't always read what I've written, right? So these 3 things are going in to our envelope. And I think this is great. This is a terrific start. If you were my pen pal and I got this from you, I'd be like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. If you want to add a thing of tea, if you want to add a couple stickers, if you want to add to this, that is fine. If you don't want to add to this, it is also fine. Write your letter, make it sincere, introduce yourself, and then include some questions that they can answer and send back to you, and then include your mailing. Easy peasy, right? So I am going to show you. So you see we cut it so that it would fit in the envelope, right? So now we're going to fold it so that it fits just inside the envelope. And some people like to fold it so you can't see the header, the top of the paper. I like to see the top of the paper, okay? And then what I also like to do is I like to put in the little goodies that I'm including right back there. So they're kind of hidden, like they're a surprise, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in here. This is the envelope that's going to my pen pal. Snug as a bug in a rug, right? So when my pen pal opens it, they're going to see, oh, there's already writing. Oh, this is so much fun, right? Now, the envelope. I know you're thinking, how are you going to get creative with just a pen? I'm going to do the exact same thing that we did with the inserts, but I'm going to do it a little bit bold. More bold, bolder. I think it's just bold. So I'm just going to make these a little bit darker. Stark. Again, it does not have to be perfect. If your lines get a little wavy, that's fine. It is totally fine. 100% a-okay. I get really quiet when I draw. How about you guys? Do you get quiet when you're doodling? And if you have a doodle that you most like to do, like it's wavy lines, or it's a series of twigs, or, hey, buddy, oh my goodness, or maybe you're like me and have a hard time drawing because you have a cat who pretends like he doesn't get any attention. Stark, you're making me look like I never love on you, buddy. What are you doing? I can hear you purring. I can hear you purring. I love you. I love you. You are a good kitten. You're a good baby. You're good babies. Yes, you are. You're good babies. You're a turkey bird this morning, though. You are a turkey bird. So originally we got Stark and Pepper because we had a yellow lab who had dementia. And I know you're thinking, can dogs get dementia? They can. He did. And he was not doing very well when we would go to work. He would get literally stuck on the couch. Remember as a kid you played the game The Floor is Lava? So Steve did that. Our dog's name was Steve Rogers. Steve did that, but he would be stuck in there while we were gone. So for hours he would just be stuck on the couch, which was awful. So I decided we were going to get him some cats to keep him company. So we got Stark and Pepper's kittens. Steve instantly didn't like them. He's like, I don't know what these 2 fuzzballs are, but I'm going to try to eat them. And we're like, no, don't eat them. Yeah, it was epic. Okay, so I am going to, how am I going to do this? I want to address it. All right, we'll do this. because I want to do it as an example to show you guys, to show you how you can decorate an envelope with just a pen and a cat. Stark is not included with this tutorial. You don't get him. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'll think about that. Maybe. No, I'm kidding. I am kidding. He is my kitty. All I am doing is the old faking the calligraphy, just darkening my lines on one side where the shadow would be. Easy peasy. I am writing my pal. What this would really be is their first and last name. Write it in big block letters. Take up most of the center of the envelope. We're going to put the return address on the back, okay? So don't be afraid. I almost said don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. You're welcome. You are going to have that song in your head this morning, and I apologize, but it could be worse. You're saying, April, how could it be worse? All I have to say is baby shark. Told ya, it could be worse. So there is my pal, right? Stark, your head is quite a shadow, my friend. Quite a shadow. And then I'm going to do, sorry, you got hair on me. 1, 2, 3, Main Street. Whatever their address is, of course, you wouldn't put this. And then I'm going to write any town. Let's do Hawaii. And then the zip code 1001. I don't know. 2. I'm just making up numbers. We're going to make this bold. And that is the front. Pretty easy, right? So that is the front. And then on the back, just on the flap, you are going to write your name, P.O. Box, city, state, and then the zip code on the back. So that is the front. Dude, I'm going to scooch over just a little bit so you're not so shadowed. There you go. Thanks, buddy. Love you, buddy. How are we looking? Good. So that is it. And so you have your letter, right? You've got your letter. You've got your questions. You've got your return address. You're good to go. Everything was made from one piece of notebook paper, one pen, one envelope. So don't fret. If you have one piece of paper, one envelope, and one pen, you, my friend, are ready to pen pal. So get out there, find some pen pals, and get to writing. I love you. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you soon. Bye.